Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you all for this great evening of celebration, the best in Indian innovation. My mind goes back 30 years ago, 1986. I remember I was a member of Science Advisory Committee to the Prime Minister in Mr. Rajiv Gandhi's time. Dr. Ashok Ganguly, I always used to sit next to him. And we were preparing for a presentation to the Prime Minister. And I remember he correcting the chairman and saying, all presentations should be such that the good news comes first, then the bad news, and you have to end with the good news. What is the good news? Good news is that there's a new smell in the air in terms of innovation. The young are excited, they're aspirational. You have lots of new initiatives that you find, but you see lots of young people who are hungry. I think that's the terrific news. As we speak, in Rashtrapati Bhavan, there's a festival of innovation that is going on that started on the 12th, will end on the 19th. That is going on. Last 3 days I have been there. And there have been intense discussions among 15 countries. We have come together on several issues, whether it is policy, whether it is public service delivery, whether it is children's innovation. Tomorrow there is a discussion on financing of innovation. Mr. Jain Sinha will be there, and so on. So that's all sort of a terrific news. The bad news is, what is our standing globally in terms of innovation? If you look at Global Innovation Index that is published every year, in 2011, among 143 countries, we were 62. Following year, we came to 64, then to 68, then to 76, and last year, 83. 62 to 64 to 68 to 76 to 83. So what's happening? Maybe the other countries are running faster than we do. Maybe the indices on the basis of which they measure, as usual, we'll start questioning them and start creating our own indices. But whatever, given constant parameters, we are slipping, and that's a matter of worry. That's the bad news. But then comes the good news, and there is plenty. The best news for me is the young and the young children. We had a competition among children on innovative ideas, and out of 26,000, 30 were finally selected. And the president himself gave away the awards in Ahmedabad. He came. We had created prototypes on the basis of their ideas, and he went to the exhibition. And he was amazed to see that they didn't want to be a part of a problem. They wanted to be a part of a solution, and that was terrific. In fact, there was an 8th standard girl who was in a running train. She went to the toilet and found that the latch was missing. So she has created a portable latch. You can carry it with you. Can you imagine? She doesn't want to be a part of a problem. She wants to get a solution. That is the spirit. That's the good news. That will not be counted in the Global Innovation Index. And what I like most is the rising aspiration. You know, we talk about Startup India and a whole range of things. That's wonderful. But at the ground level, I'm seeing that because I'm always amongst the young. And what do you find? Satyam Shivam Sundaram, right? Satya Nadella became the CEO of Microsoft, right? Sundar Pichai, that of Google. Shiva will also come. I'm not talking about Shivanathan. I'm talking about, all right? And some Shiva will take over Apple. So that's terrific. So I was talking to young people about, innovation and future and where should we be going. And one of them said, in fact, Kaval Rekhi, Ramji, had said, he said, our dream in 1967 was just to go to the US. Then the dream changed to getting a job at Microsoft and Google. Then it changed to becoming the CEO of Microsoft and Google. And some young fellow got up and he said, none of that, sir. We want to create our own Microsofts, own Googles in India, here, basically. That is their new ambition. The last point I'd like to make is that we have to raise the bar. We have to raise our ambition. On 1st March, they had invited me to give the Science Day lecture in Delhi. That is done on 28th February. Normally, That was the day Sir C.V. Raman got his Nobel Prize discovery. And the topic that was given to me was Make in India. But I changed it to Make in India based on science-led, Indian innovation. The idea is invent, develop, and make in India. I began my talk, and I will repeat that, because these are very telling figures. For every iPhone that is sold and that is manufactured in China, Apple takes away $350 as profit. And the Chinese company which manufactures it gets $10 versus $350. Of course, 4.2 million jobs are created. I think the challenge that India has to look forward to is, are we satisfied with that $10 and 4.2 million equivalent jobs, or do we want to have that $350 also? You know, the dream of our India should be the one which has that $350. And I'm very proud to see examples. Day after tomorrow, we'll be felicitating Keki Gharda, 86-year-old. We talk about startups today. He did his startups 50 years ago. Exactly inventing, developing, and making India. Game-changing must be in. And for that, we have to raise the levels of ambition. Somebody was telling me on the other day, we must leapfrog. I don't believe in leapfrogging. Frog leaps only that much. And by the way, there is an interesting paper in Nature that has come just a month ago. If any one of you are on Twitter, you can find it at Raghunath Mashelkar. There's a scientific study that the frog leaps because of fear of a predator. He does not leap because he wants to. You know, I don't want India to leap out of fear, like we did in 1991. We did the game-changing thing, but what had happened? We were forced to do that. So it is not that we want to leapfrog, we want to pole vault. The size of the pole will determine the size of our ambition. Take a 1,000,000-meter pole and you can cross continents, and it is entirely possible that we can do that. And therefore, I'm very proud to be here. I think this is a 12th consecutive year as a chairman of this jury, and you add really life to your years with each such evening. So thank you, Harsh, for giving me this opportunity to add life to my years by being here every year. Thank you.